The Diary Without an Owner. Here's a tale that'll haunt you. It started when we moved into our new house, a creaky old place we'd saved years to buy. Sarah, my wife, was overjoyed to have a home with a yard for our son, Todd, to explore. That first day, Todd raced outside, wielding a stick like a treasure hunter, while Sarah and I unpacked, chuckling about our dream coming true. Sunlight poured in, paint scented the air, everything seemed perfect. That changed when I tackled the attic a few days later. The attic was a jumble: brittle books, grim photos, broken toys, eyeless dolls, rusted trains, abandoned by past owners. Sifting through dust, I found a worn leather diary under a tattered blanket. Its scratched cover looked clawed. I opened it. In shaky ink it read, "No one's." I laughed, figuring it was a kid's quirk. I couldn't have been more mistaken. That night I browsed it while Sarah cooked. Early pages were tame: chores, neighbor chatter, weather notes. One recalled a 1953 garden party with pies and a fiddler. Another, a 78 storm cutting power for days. A window into the house's history. But the last pages shifted, jagged scrawls like, "They watch you and don't leave after midnight." "You're next" was underlined twice. I shared them with Sarah, forcing a grin, but a chill took root. It felt too real. A few nights later, the impossible hit. In bed, diary on my nightstand, blank pages filled with ink before my eyes. "You're here. Can you hear them?" My heart raced. I nudged Sarah. She mumbled and slept. "Your keys are in the kitchen." I checked. They were. Mail carriers 10 minutes late. Next day, he was. Each prediction landed, turning unease into dread. Todd shifted soon after, normally lively, sketching planes, kicking balls. He crept in one morning, pale. "Shadows outside my window," he whispered. I blamed the oak tree, ruffling his hair, but doubted it. Sarah pulled me aside later. "Footsteps in the attic when I'm alone," she said, eyes wide. I vowed to check, keeping the diary's secret from her. It kept writing, threading tales between my scribbles, past owners' words, not mine. One, we were fine till this diary wrote about us. Habits, fears. We tried burning it. It came back. Then we vanished. Another, they came in dreams. Voices, faces, now they're here. Each ended in silence. The diary was a curse, snaring whoever opened it. It zeroed in on us. "Todd saw someone outside. He didn't tell you," it wrote. I asked. He nodded, teary. "A shadow, no face," he said. Then, "They target kids first." I shadowed him. Sarah heard footsteps again. "She suspects you." Her worried stare met mine that night, but I sidestepped her questions. The diary's grip tightened. It didn't just predict, it controlled. One entry nailed my morning: coffee, shoelaces, exactly. The third step creaks: "They know." I avoided it. The floor groaned anyway, like the house breathed. I locked the diary away. Each morning it returned, open to a new page. It fed on our fear, biding time. Todd grew silent, sketching faceless figures. Sarah's footsteps reports increased. She'd pause, listening. The diary knew. "You checked the attic today," though I'd said nothing. One night. "They're closer." Thuds sounded above, whispers in the walls. I scoured the attic, empty. The diary waited. Not there. I tried burning it. Flames failed. Buried it. It reappeared by dawn. Sarah caught me once, dirt-streaked, but I dodged her. Todd stopped playing outside, sticking close. "They like his fear," it wrote. "She's next." Sleep eluded me. Every creak jolted me awake. One evening Sarah screamed. I rushed to Todd's room. She stood trembling. "Something moved," she said. Todd whimpered about a shadow man. The diary, "They're here for him." I locked us in our room, barring the door, but scratches pulsed in the walls. "You can't hide," it wrote next day. I researched the house, missing families, strange tales, a cursed object. It matched. Past owners vanished after odd behavior. Neighbors recalled flickers, sudden screams. I confessed to Sarah. She paled but nodded. We packed to flee, but the diary's last entry stopped me. "Too late." Look outside. Shadows loomed outside, tall, faceless, circling the yard. The door rattled, lights faded. I clutched my family, the diary open, its blank page waiting.